Hello, my EquinEdge family. Welcome to another edition of EquinEdge Action Hour. I'm Justin. I have Brady here. What's up, my homie?
Hey, Justin, what's going on, man? Sorry, my technical difficulties. It's like I can't get it right. I get the microphone working, and then the audio or the speakers go out. Then I get the camera working, and the microphone goes out. So it's a good thing that I'm a lot better at handicapping horses than I am IT work. And so,
Yeah.
but I don't think this is rocket science for anybody to figure out. But doing good, man. I'm a little golfed out. I've got to play golf the next 2 days, and then I'm shutting it down for a while. So one more member guest, and hopefully we can win this one. But yeah, it's been good. Been busy. Work's been crazy. Drumming up some new business, trying to handicap horses at the same time. Saratoga and Del Mar today I watched and donated, but had a pretty nice hit yesterday at the spot.
Nice. Dude, I have not I haven't looked at races in I guess last weekend I did. I've been so busy. I got a new car, you know that. Work is crazy. I just had no time to look at yesterday or today. I have not done a lot of homework, y'all, so you'll have to forgive me for this weekend. I was trying to cram in a couple races, but dude, we are going to be in Del Mar in a week.
Yes. Oh, I can't wait to get back to Del Mar, man. It's going to be awesome. I get in on Thursday. You get in on Friday. I'll be at the races all weekend, hopefully cashing some major tickets. I know Del Mar's got a contest going on this weekend that's pretty big. And so hopefully they've got something for us to participate in next week. But, dude, I'm so looking forward to it, especially after my Brando the bartender hit on Sunday afternoon. I was really happy to see that. That was a good one to put me ahead to a positive ROI for the meet.
Yeah, I saw that. And welcome, Keith, Nathan, John, James, Cindy. There's a good crew in here tonight. We always appreciate you guys tune in. James, Nathan, I haven't seen you in a while. You said that you haven't been here. Looks like I just got on my Max Scherzer and Trey Turner are getting traded. That's crazy. Big old deal happened. Max Scherzer going to the Dodgers. Dude, that's nuts.
Oh, dude, the Cubs are falling apart. I heard the Cubs are going to lose Rizzo to New York possibly, and Bryant might be on the out. The Cubs, man, they might as well just shut it down for the year.
Dude, my Mariners are hanging in there. They were down 7-0 to Houston the other night and came back and won 11-8.
Wow.
It was a good game. What last weekend? What happened? Do we need to look at anything? I know that I was, and some people gave the shout out. What was that? The Lake George? And you had fluffy socks, and I had what's technical analysis. We should have exacted our horses because what did this pay? 85 to 1.
Mm-hmm. 2 Chad Browns, but they were the highest priced Chad Browns. And so, Amy C really didn't do any running. Fluffy Socks got going. Joel got him going from the back. But I'll give one of the better rides to Jose Ortiz on that 8-horse technical analysis. I mean, he got him out of the gate, and he stalked the pace while everybody else just kind of went back to the back of the pack and sat there for a while. He went out and got it. I mean, that was a great ride by Jose. And, dude, he's riding awesome right now. You got the top 3 jockeys is Ortiz, and Saez. And I'd say Jose is riding maybe as good, if not better than Louis right now. But Louis is riding pretty good, too. And, I think it's going to be pretty competitive for this jockey title. I mean, I don't see anybody really running away with it. And I believe Jose won it last year. But, no, that at 8 to 1, you got to be kidding me. What a price on that horse.
Yeah, it was nice. I didn't actually watch the race. I did bet it, and I know a few other people did. And then what else happened last weekend? I didn't have a good weekend. I played some. I really only played Del Mar. Oh, that's not true. Mouthat lost on Saturday. I was singled. I was singled to her, and the Scotty Longshot ended up hitting there and paid 30 grand in that pick 5.
Not too bad. I mean, that was an amazing ride by Santana. It was a 4-horse field. And so part of me thinks, okay, you know, the chalk should absolutely just dominate here in Malathot. You know, she's not going to have any trip trouble. No horses really have trip trouble in a 4-horse field unless your jockey's an absolute lunatic. But I mean, what Ricardo did was he broke Maracuja out from the gate. Then he like pressured, and then he set back to give her a breather and made one run. So I'm not taking anything away from Malathot because, you know, okay, she got beat. So what? Not every horse has to go undefeated, you know? And so I would be betting Malathot back next time over Maracuja because Ricardo just gave this horse a dream ride on this 2 at 14-1 to beat like a 1 or 2 to 5 shot. And also you had Irad pressuring with Clairiere on the far turn. So Malathot had more than one pressure horse that she had to contend with. And, you know, she ran her eyeballs out and just got beat by a horse that tripped out perfectly. You know, credit to both connections. But, you know, that should be a great rendition of the Alabama coming up here in a few weeks. I'm definitely looking forward to that race. And, you know, maybe trying to get another price. But I think Malathot's still the clear-cut lady in the distaff division.
Justin, make sure you find Brady and I will be there next Saturday. It is a big day. Whitney and Saratoga. And there's a bunch of good racing next Saturday. I'm pumped. And James, I know, I just saw it. Just came through on my phone too. Some pitcher on the Mariners just got suspended 80 games.
What did he do? Did he get an inquiry or something? Because I think they should suspend Rispoli for that ride that he gave on that 7-horse just a couple races ago at Del Mar. I'm not sure if anybody caught that, but the horse was 10-1. He showed no form whatsoever, and Rispoli bullies his way out and pushes Mario Gutierrez over 2 or 3 lanes, one of the little red feather horses. And because it didn't cost Gutierrez a placing on the 10, they didn't take this horse down. You've got to watch the replay. This is absolutely bullying of riding. You know, this is what we're used to seeing down at Gulfstream in the wintertime and bumper cars. But, you know, for the safety of the game, I kind of thought that horse was going to come down. But according to the California rules, unless you cost a horse a position, and all Mario Gutierrez was doing was holding his position. You know, his horse was falling back, yes, but still, he came out, he bumped him. He made it a very dangerous situation. And so I think the horse players definitely did not get screwed. So oftentimes we'll talk about, oh man, you know, they're taking down the horse. The guys that bet it, you know, they got screwed because, you know, after the fact, whatever, DQs, nobody likes DQs, but that was one where, my goodness, I mean, I don't know what else you have to do. He could have committed murder and they wouldn't have taken him down. That's what it seemed like.
Yeah, that's crazy. Nathan, I'm not. I'm going to Del Mar. Oh, is the Arlington Million this weekend?
No, next weekend. That is going to the Arlington $600,000 Invitational is what I'm calling it. they cut the purse. Yeah.
Yeah, I had heard that the Arlington 600,000. That's interesting. That's a bummer. But no, Nathan, I'm not. I know that I was trying to kind of line stuff up, and Del Mar ended up trumping the Arlington. It's been tough. I've been so busy with work, you guys, like trying to carve out like life and work and horse racing, and it's exhausting. And everybody knows that when you try to handicap and like, if you're just not feeling it, it's tough. And I've been like that for a couple of months. I kind of get a spurt where I'll play a certain weekend or something. But, you know, I think if I play at all this weekend, I'm just going to play Del Mar, you know, and, you know, Saratoga, I know people were posting here. It's supposed to be raining a bunch. And I spend a lot of time trying to follow Humble as well. You know, my love for Humble and it's hard to fit everything in, man. Doing due diligence on Humble, trying to follow that. I was trying to get some people from my Humble crew to come join the EquinEdge Action Hour videos. So maybe we'll get some of them to show up sometime. And so, Eric, where are you at? Where are you at in Washington State? For everybody, my horse is racing again tonight at Emerald. She's had a tough start to the season, but race 7. She's, you know, the nice thing is we're getting a jock change with her, and this is not an insanely tough field, but she's going to be, it's tough. So she's the 6th horse though. Just so everybody knows, Javier Matias is riding, so she's getting a drop, which is nice. And she's had a lot of trouble to start the year. She had a lot of dirt in her face here and got her eye all wrecked, and then here just didn't run well. Oh, Port Orchard, nice. I'm in Redmond, so right by Microsoft. So 6 horse, she's gonna be a price tonight. I'll be at least putting $100 on her. I always at least bet $100, so could be 200. I don't know. We'll see. If I get a price, I'm gonna probably. If she's 15 to 1, I'll probably bet at least 200.
Ooh, dang! Hey, better than a lot of owners that get overzealous and bet 1,000 at 1 to 9.
This is tough. The only thing I will say is she runs her best races off the speed. And I was talking to the trainer a little bit ago, and I only own a small percentage, so but the 1 and 2 horse, the 1 and 2 horse are fast and they're gonna duel. And the 1 horse from the rail is won 4 out of 5 times. But the 2 horse is fast, and I'm hoping that these two can duel and she can sit off the speed and pick up the pieces. That's how she's won her races. So she's 5%. So we'll see. It should be interesting. And Cindy, I think Brady and I both agree. Hopefully, well, you want it to stay wet? I think it's supposed to dry out.
Sloppy horse. The wet handicapping is just so different. Like today, with things coming off on race 3, here's one thing I'd like to say to tracks is if you anticipate it raining, or if the rain starts before the actual pick 5 sequence starts, take the race, make the determination before the sequence starts, because a lot of people are handicapping for current conditions and then things change in a half an hour and now it's off the turf. That's really tough to swallow. Then you get all these scratches and people spent a lot more money on their tickets than what they would have. And so, that's just my 2 cents.
So did they take the 3rd off the turf after the 1st had already gone?
Yeah, they did. They waited and then they took it off. And so yeah, that just kind of puts a damper and stuff sometimes when you're trying to handicap and get some value. I in the what was it, the 2nd race today, I bet that Clement and Ortiz horse. My gosh, I thought Irad was on a monster. Clement's been doing okay, and he got a perfect trip, but man, that Cold Hard Cash horse that won me that huge score at at Saratoga last July. That horse won, and he's really taken to the turf now. So it's always unfortunate when you have like a life-changing score on a horse and then you toss them. It's like, hey, the horse is trying to say, aren't you thankful for what I've done for you in the past? Nope, you've got a short memory.
So at Saratoga, Cindy, what race? We can look at it. I'm kind of curious on this horse that you like. The weather, though, I just looked. I mean, it's been raining, I heard, and you guys all know because you've been playing, but it just stopped, it looked like. And it looks like it's supposed to not really rain the rest of the night and then be sunny tomorrow. So I think there's a chance. Yeah, James, I just saw that as well. Decent weather. Yeah, I saw all sunshine. So I think there's potential it could dry out. But would be curious, Cindy, on what race. For everybody, we talked and we're going to cover the big stakes races at Saratoga. I have to get in the car and drive east with the kids. There's a huge concert this weekend. So COVID, right? I mean, live music. I'm going to the Columbia River Gorge, which is where you sit above the river on a big grass hill. There's probably going to be like 40,000 people there at a country music festival for 3 days.
Nice. That'd be awesome.
I know, right?
Outdoor concerts, the best. I heard that they're implementing the mask mandate again in Vegas the day after I buy my Bruno Mars tickets. And so I'm guessing they're probably going to cancel the concert in a month. If it's a mask mandate, they're not having concerts inside, So that's kind of a bummer. I hope they don't cancel. Don't cancel.
Yeah, I know locally here, they're encouraging people, even if vaccinated, to wear masks now. And they just said the kids going back to school in September will have masks. As long as the kids are in school, that's the important thing, I feel like.
Yeah, how does a parent have time to teach kids? What if the parent's working physically in the office and not work from home, but the kids have to stay home? Like that puts parents in a terrible spot. But yeah,
It does. Nathan, it's usually like a few weeks before the meet ends. And so it's been kind of wonky because of COVID. My guess is it's late August, early September. I don't know off the top of my head though. It's a great race always, the Long Acres Mile. You know, that track is a true 1 mile oval and it sets up perfect. Usually you end up with a bunch of California shippers that come in up here and a couple Canadian shippers and then usually a couple Emerald horses. Should we dive in, brother?
let's do it. I race 9 tomorrow is a pretty interesting race. I definitely have an opinion that might not be popular, and so I'm going to try to capitalize on it tomorrow. But I'm interested to see what you think in that one as well. We were going to think about going over the stakes races for you guys rather than doing like a full card Saturday. We're just going to hit the stakes races on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and see if we can fire some strong opinions. But this is the Curlin Stakes. And let me ask you this. Isn't it kind of embarrassing that Curlin gets a non-graded stakes? I feel with as good as Curlin was, he deserves a grade 2. Like, come on. But
I agree.
yeah. And so here's what we're kind of starting to see is these 2-year-olds, or excuse me, 3-year-olds now, in the middle of the summertime, here we go. Guys that really weren't on the Derby trail, maybe got off, rested a little bit, maybe some late bloomers. I have a really strong opinion on the 3 here, Harvard. We're going 1.125 on the dirt, 2 turns, Saratoga. The 4 is the horse to beat, but this Harvard horse, the 3 horse, he's 6-1 morning line. The EE's a little bit higher, and his GSR is kind of in the middle of the pack. Who he's faced is kind of towards the bottom. But I think this horse is one that he's lightly raced. He could take a major step forward. He lost to Stage Raider, the Justified's little brother, when we were at Keeneland. Got to see this horse finish second. And ever since he finished second to that horse, which we haven't seen run back yet, he's won by 4.5 lengths and won by almost a length, going 9 furlongs. And so if you look at his trip notes, he's had some not so great trips, but some really good results. Hasn't finished outside of second place. Last time broke inside, from the 2-hole. He breaks with a lot of speed, and now you get Luis Saez up. And so if there's anybody I want on my horse on the lead, it's Luis Saez or pressing. And I think that a lot of times when we're handicapping, we'll falsely think that there's a lot of speed in a race just because a lot of these horses are coming out of 6 furlong sprints and 7 furlong sprints, and now they're going 9 furlongs. So of course, all these horses that are winning are showing speed. But if you show speed at 6 furlongs, that does not necessarily equate to, speed at other distances. Generally, you'd think so, but look at the class level that they're facing when they're going against these 6 furlong other horses. Oftentimes it's maidens or maybe a lower level allowance, and now they're jumping up into stakes. So stakes speed versus, allowance and maiden speed is totally different. And so I think this is one of those scenarios where I think Saez is going to have to lead with this 3. And so it's going to be catch me if you can. My bet on this tomorrow, I saw one play tomorrow. It's a 3-4 exacta box. And I'm guessing that's probably going to pay in the realm of $14 to $16 or higher. It might even pay $20 because I don't think Harvard's going to get as much attention, obviously, as first captain for Shug. And then I think that Collaborate, this horse, the Moose, I think he's going to get a lot of attention, especially coming out of that last win. I'm just not so sure that this is the distance. I think this horse is a sprinter, personally. And I think he's a 1-turn Jackie's Warrior type of horse. So Collaborate's going to take money. Dynamic One is going to take money as well, coming off of a 32-length defeat at the Kentucky Derby. I mean, how demoralizing for a horse. And that Wood Memorial was such a garbage race I don't want to say it was great for your pocket, but the quality of horses going forward out of that race, you had that one horse for Walsh that was it started with a P. It's leaving me right now, but somebody in the chat will probably think of it. The Gaff Leon was on that had that unbelievable first first time out at Gulfstream. So I think that, Dynamic One's going to take money. Miles D is going to take money. Joel and Chad. But then again, this horse has never gone 9 furlongs either. And so I just think that there's going to be a lot of overbet horses in this field. And I think that the 3 and the 4 stand out.
Yeah, I thought the 4 was going to be tough here. I don't like betting favorites, though. Most people know that. I mean, this horse, it looks to be just improving. Young, as a 3-year-old. I actually thought Miles D was interesting, only from the perspective of I think this horse could get a good trip with Joel. I don't think Joel has to be like way off the speed. I think Joel could sit mid-pack here on the rail, like work out a really good trip. I think that, I mean, looking here in this 60 SOR race at Belmont as a 2-year-old, runs once and runs well, runs kind of a 4th. Looks like just kind of galloped around, but I didn't watch any of these races, but I thought the 1 could improve here. I know that it's tough though to come maiden special into stakes, but I just Baron, I don't know what type of speed's gonna show. I mean, might be quick. It's only gone the distance 2 turns 1 time. Definitely, this horse has, I think, has some run. I don't like it to win. Collaborate, I'm with you. Like, it's Scotty Longshot, but as you talked about maybe potentially being 1 turn, I'm with you. Yeah, Prevalence, Nathan. That's the horse I was trying to remember for Brady as well.
Prevalence.
That Greg is here. Do you see this? Greg has joined us.
Greg, what's up? Good to see you, buddy. It's one of the best
Harvard
handicappers I know.
Harvard, try to wire. I could see that. How about Snowhouse? Manny Franco for Brad Cox. Gonna try to go 9 furlongs here. Don't really know. Gonna be I like Miles D. I think Miles D can improve, and I don't think this is in an amazing field. I'm with you on Dynamic One. The 4 could be tough though, but those SORs are not amazing. So the 4 still needs to improve, right? So that's the nice thing about the SOR here. Only 29%. The GSR Plus though says this horse should relish 9 furlongs. I mean, it's just been improving. Wants longer all day. Jose is riding great. You're 4-3. I would probably go 4-1.
Yeah, and the 4 could be a monster. This GSR is an 87. He absolutely towers over this field from a numbers perspective. But I like the class level of the 3. I like him stretching out to 9 furlongs. I like Saez on the lead on Harvard. And so I think you're going to get a nice price. I'm probably going to get 6-7-1 on this 3 horse. I'm betting $500 to win on the 3 tomorrow, and I'm betting $100 exact at 3 over the 4. So we'll see what happens. And a lot of these young horses, they make injunction improvements. And so I like who the horse is faced. And just in case the 4's a monster, I'm going to back it up with the exacta.
Yeah, I think that's good. I mean, the 4, I think, is for sure. I think that, as you said, this isn't a great field, which is why it's a non-graded stakes. I mean, first captain is only 29%. I mean, the morning line's kind of spot on. The only thing, the 1 is you're getting a little bit of a price, which I think the 1 will take money. So, All right. Was there anything else tomorrow? No, that was the only stakes race.
Nope. Then we go on to Saturday. We've got some pretty good races. We got some sprints starting in race 8 on Saturday. And I know you said it's going to be sunny at Saratoga. Let's hope that it stops raining tonight and they can get on the turf for this weekend, because we've got some really good races. A lot of them are on the dirt, but I always like to try to find a price on the turf to kind of parlay my pick 3 into the strong opinions. Because, if it's a little wet up there, that track dries out so fast at Spa. And so it doesn't really make a difference, but it does on the turf. And so Greg and I are going to Arlington on Sunday. It's a go. He already bought the box. So if anybody's going to be at Arlington on Sunday, I'm now going to be there. So let's go.
I love that. So the Alfred G. Vanderbilt sprint in 6 furlongs. I thought this was a nice race. I'm excited to watch this race. I really am. For me, I said, why not Whitmore? I know it's a play. The thing about this here is he is such a beast. And the thing that I was really surprised is how he's run still. And he won last year in that Breeders' Cup Sprint. And if you look before that, he raced at Saratoga in August. He just missed this last year in an 84. And if you look what happens, he then runs well in the Phoenix at Keeneland, and then he wins the Breeders' Cup Sprint coming off the speed from way back and just ran a monster race. So I think that he definitely, and he's been in form and just missing. The thing about it could be is this just too tough for him? Does he need to be racing in the grade 2s and grade 3s? But I love that they're giving him a shot here in the grade 1. I think that there's going to be some speed, which is how I got there. And I think that he's going to have a great pace setup. That's my take on it. It's a little bit of a flyer, but I also, from a pace perspective, I think this sets up really well for the speed. What do you think?
Yeah, I've definitely got Whitmore in hitting the board. I think he's a great use because it is going to be a pace setup. There's a ton of speed in here. It is a grade 1 sprint, the Vanderbilt. I think that Mischievous Alex, the 2, and the 9 Special Reserve are my 2 horses in here. Mischievous Alex is tactical, doesn't have to have the lead. And so Ortiz stays up on this horse. He had the choice to ride Firenze Fire, and he let his brother ride Firenze on Belmont Day when Irad was served. And he wasn't serving. I assumed he was serving a suspension. He was actually injured from that fall. But anyway, Firenze Fire was a little bit vulnerable, and the horse just loves Belmont. He has not had that great of success at Saratoga. And so everybody knows that Firenze Fire is a Belmont monster, and he just doesn't run that same type of race when he's ran at Spa. And so for me, I'm going to definitely downgrade Firenze Fire here, and he'll probably be the second choice. And so I'm going to go with Mischievous Alex on top. I like that a horse doesn't need the lead, is going to sit just off of the speed. And I do like if Joel can break Special Reserve, that's kind of my price play, because I think this horse is going to be a little bit higher than 9-2 with Whitmore, Firenze, and Mischievous Alex taking most of the money. And so I think that Joel is just going to absolutely try to send with this horse and see what happens. Maybe he hangs on. A lot of times with these sprint races is they can be really quick up front, and the speed just keeps on carrying. And that's what, with Whitmore, he does need a pace setup, and he has a hard time overcoming, a slow pace if he's too far back. Santana, though, has been riding out of his mind. You get Ricardo up, who is, I think he's improved a lot over the last year, and I've been hard on him.
Yeah.
So but I know he's not listening to me. He doesn't care what I think. But Ricardo's been doing a lot better of late. He's winning on price horses left and right. And, how many more does Whitmore have? He's 8-year-old now, and I'm guessing the Breeders' Cup Sprint, again, is going to hit him right between the eyes. But for me, I'm trying to take, a little bit of shot with Special Reserve, but my main pick, I think, here is Mischievous Alex, because I think he sits a dream trip with Irad.
Yeah, I get it. And this horse is lightly raced. I mean, he really is, as a 4-year-old, he's only raced 13 times. And being here in the summer, I mean, I don't know who the owners are. Windstar, maybe. I know they bred it, so I don't know if it's homebred. But he can improve is the thing about Mischievous Alex, and he's won a grade 1 already, which is nice. A bunch of grade 3s. The thing about it is, hold on, sorry you guys. Hey boys, can you quiet down, please? Thank you. I think he's got to step up a little bit here. I do, and so Special Reserve. This race, this was one of our first shows, man, and I will always remember this when we caught this. This was the maker claim and had this huge. I think we got 8-1 on this horse or something. And I love this horse because he keeps improving. So who knows? I mean, I would love to see Special Reserve win this race. I mean, I'm probably with you. I might have to play a little something here. the thing is, I just don't know if he's good enough off the speed here. Mischievous Alex looks a little bit better. I'm hoping that there's enough speed for Whitmore. And Lexitonian down here, somebody had said they're kind of rooting for Lexitonian off the speed, and Nathan, I think, said shows up when you least expect it. And, I would love to see it. I just don't know here, with the speed up front and where this horse is going to sit and how he's going to get there. But this is going to be a good race. You get Lozcano up.
Yeah. This Lexitonian horse is wild because the only time to bet him is when he's 20-1. Like, do not bet Lexitonian in any race if he's under 5-1 or even 10-1. I want no part of him in that. But if he's 20-1, this horse just freaking finds a way, dude. I don't know how he does it. And he should have won on Derby Day. I mean, he just got nosed out by Flagstaff, or else Lexitonian is blowing up that pick 5. And that pick 5 would have paid 40 grand for 50 cents had Lexitonian won that race, I believe. Because then you had the Baffert 12-1.
Remember this?
Oh, yeah, we were watching it.
Remember the super? Remember the super from that race?
Oh, paid 400 grand.
You had Lexitonian. I had somebody else, and then it was like Whitmore and who ended up winning?
Flagstaff.
Because it was Flagstaff, and it was Flagstaff, Lexitonian, Whitmore, and then the 4th place horse we had too.
Hog Creek Hustle. Creek Hustle.
Yeah, it paid like 450 grand. The crew over here, they're trying to figure out if they're going to be on the turf at all tomorrow at Saratoga. I think they got owners and trainers. I think it'll dry out enough. I think they will. I bet you at least some of it. What about miles ahead?
I looked at that
7?
horse. Yeah, I looked at him and I just think he's a step below. He's only ever ran in one graded stakes race. It was a grade 3. Then he won, kind of unimpressively. It's not for me in this spot. I think that they're just trying to take a shot. Same thing with the 8 horse here, Montauk Traffic for Linda Rice. She's dangerous, but I don't know about in these races. I'm more afraid of Linda Rice and Allowance Company than stakes.
Yeah, miles ahead. Wesley, he's a different horse right now. I mean, look at this. Was racing in starter allowance at the same level and just not getting there in 66s and 64s. And then all of a sudden, I mean, what changed? I mean, didn't have a layoff or anything. And all of a sudden wins a 68, wins a 64, misses in a 70, and wins a 76. I mean, it's what happened to miles ahead. I mean, was there a trainer change or something? I don't even know. But that's it's an interesting angle because this horse continually, I'm with you, Nathan. Dollar supers. I like the $2 pick 6. I don't like this 20-cent stuff. I don't play them a lot, but they are fun to.
Yeah, dude, you're so right because playing a 20-cent pick 6 in a jackpot wager where 70% of the pool carries over, it sucks. It's like if you have a $1 minimum at Belmont, like today, I think the $1 pick 6 paid a little over 13 grand. And it was a reasonable sequence that a lot of people could have gotten to. With 20 cents, that's only paying what, a couple $1,000s? I mean, a couple thousand, still a couple thousand, but it is really advantageous to the horse player to have a higher minimum because these computer players get in there, they do every combination under the sun, and they're just playing for their rebate. And so, I agree with you, Nathan. Yep. Dollar minimum would be great on a lot of stuff. Do a $1 try, $1 super, because then people will complain, well, say, oh, my budget's only $50. Play a smarter hammer ticket because when you get a denomination of 10 cents, 20 cents, or 50 cents, you spread too much because you just bet whatever your budget is. Whereas if you have a budget and you have a $1 minimum, then you're going to look at it a little harder. You're going to be more tactical in what you're playing. So you're going to play a smarter ticket, I believe.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm up on Why Not Whitmore again. Scotty had that last year in the Breeders' Cup, and we all went crazy when he ended up winning. And you're mischievous, Alex, and
special reserve a little bit happens. Yeah, a little special reserve. I think special reserve's a little in over his head, but Mike Maker's hot right now. And so we've kind of seen a lot from these other horses. I mean, they've been around for forever. I'm looking to see who's going to take the throne as the new leader in the sprint division. And CZ Rockets out west, we need to know who from the East Coast is going to be CZ's competition when it comes Breeders' Cup time.
Breeders' Cup at Del Mar.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go to the 9th. Is this Essential Quality? I mean, is anybody beating Essential Quality? I don't think so. I just don't see it, man.
I looked at this race because it would have been easy for me to skip it over and say, oh, Essential Quality, check. Why do we need to look? I spent the most time on this race, and I still got to the same conclusion. Why are they even running this race? I mean,
yeah,
this isn't Malathot against Maracuja and Clairiere. This is Essential Quality against a bunch of rats. I mean, let's be real. Let's look at all these horses and see what they've done. Dr. came out of a non-graded $150,000 Pegasus, finished 3rd at Monmouth. Didn't even run in the Haskell, all right? Dr. Jack needs a Jack and Coke, and he just needs to watch this race from the sidelines. Masqué Parade, this Al Stall horse, woo, you won the Ohio Derby. Congrats, dude. Okay. You know what? Maybe he thinks 2nd place in a $600,000 race is worth it. Maybe that's why they're sending this horse here. I don't blame him. Weeburn, this is your big jackpot horse. This is the Justin, 30-1 shot that you had on top at the
no.
That
was
it was the other
I'm drawing a blank on who that was. Yeah, Weeburn. Yeah. But Weeburn did win the Gotham, which was not anything special.
Right. Okay. So Wood Memorial runs 4th. Pegasus didn't even win the Pegasus, and I'm not talking about the Pegasus World Cup. I'm talking about the Monmouth Park Pegasus with no whips. So maybe Weeburn isn't going to like the whip here either. He gets Ortiz, but I mean, come on. If I was Irad, I'd just be. Maybe he's going to run for 2nd. Okay, 2nd's still going to pay a couple $100,000. Keep me in mind the Diodoro horse with Joel. No thanks. 3rd in the Ohio Derby. Lost by 10 lengths in the Preakness, which we know did not come back that great. He ran the Kentucky Derby. This is a horse. It's not a bad horse for Diodoro, but the horse never wins. He literally never wins. I'm not interested. You got risk taking the Chad horse that lost by 23 lengths at the Preakness. This horse is a rat, in my opinion. I'm being harsh on these horses because nobody's got a shot. If Essential Quality decides he doesn't want to leave the gate, then yeah, maybe Keep Me in Mind or Keep Me in Mind will win. These guys, this race, I'm over this race, dude. Come on, dude. Are people scared? Let's get some runners.
I know. I was disappointed here in the Jim Dandy. As somebody earlier had mentioned the Jim Dandy, so I don't remember who that was. But if I mean, we can talk about something here. I just looked and I'm like, how is anybody beating Essential Quality? I mean, can Dr. Jack improve? What happened here? I mean, it was only a 5-horse field and ran 3rd and bid, churn, dug in, inside, dual driving here in a 64. But you're going to have to really improve here. I just don't see it. With Masquerade and coming out of the Ohio Derby, I mean, that was a 72. Couldn't win in a 54 and a 62 maiden special, and all of a sudden this horse is now a grade 2 80+ SOR. Like, I don't see it. I just don't see how you're improving like that. It's just, for me, not for me. And then Weeburn or Wayburn, I don't like these Aqueduct races, either one of them. I don't like the Gotham and I don't like the Wood. That's part of why I bet the Wood, because I didn't like the Gotham. And when I took, I'm drawing a blank on who that was, but came flying from the clouds at 60-1 or whatever that was. I don't even remember anymore. 30-1, 60-1. That was crazy. And then the 4 and risk taking. I don't even know why he's in this race. I mean, is risk taking all of a sudden improved? Like, what's happening here? When's a 64, grade 3, and then just gets stomped? Oh, Jim Bourbonic. Correct. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, bobbled here, broke out, bumped, tired.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
exactly. It's maybe they thought, wow, this race is coming up so weak that, I would rather run for 2nd in a $600,000 race like this than win a $100,000 allowance race. I mean, it's going to do better for the horse long term. Say, oh, we just got beat by Essential Quality. Here's the bet that I'm going to make. I'm going to bet anybody that's going to be at Arlington Park on Sunday a drink that Saez doesn't even go to the whip once on Essential Quality. I think he's hands and heels the whole way around the track. If Saez hits him once, then I'll buy anybody a drink on Sunday at Arlington. So
I like it.
Watch him hit him like 15 times. Jeez.
At least Greg will be there, so
yeah,
Greg has the potential.
Yeah.
Maybe there'll be some other peeps there. That's good. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just don't see it. They're getting such a weak race here. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't know, Greg, why only 52%. The thing is, no, 2 to 5. Morning line's 1 to 2. So David was at Aragona. He's such a great, and sorry if I pronounced your last name wrong, but he has such a great morning line. But I don't know, Greg. And like you get 17% here on the 4.
How could we make money on this race? I'm thinking that the exacta runs through Keep Me in Mind. That's what I'm thinking. If I'm trying to make money on this race and not win betting, I'm probably doing a straight 5-4 exacta. And then if I was playing a try here, I'm probably going 5 over the 4 over 2-3. Excuse me, 1-3. 1-3.
The only thing with Keep Me in Mind, I mean, this horse comes from the clouds, man. Mm-hmm. I mean, like from the clouds. I mean, 17 lengths back, breaks last and finishes 3rd. You know, here 5 lengths back at the first calls in 9th, and then just so. You know, I don't know. I'm with you on Essential Quality though. Yeah, and Jim says he needs 1 drink for each hit from Louis.
That's fine.
Might have to show up.
Hold me to that. If Louis hits him 7 times, we might have to get an Uber. Yeah, me and Greg are going to be at Arlington on Sunday. Anybody coming out, come see us. Let's handicap. Let's have a few drinks, guys.
Is the works good on Essential Quality, Karina? Is that what you're saying?
Or Keep Me in Mind had an awesome work. Yeah, look at his last work on July 24th. That is hot.
Even here, I mean, he's working well.
Mm-hmm. That's
I
why
like
I think
that too. Every 7 days, and just bullet works. Wow. Yeah, you might be right. Maybe that's why he's Scotty Longshot. Maybe the 4 has a shot. All right, I'm with you. This will stay on the turf. Weather will be good by Saturday, even if tomorrow some stuff comes up. So the bowling green. What'd you think here? I mean, the morning line loves Channel Cat. I mean, 2 to 1 versus 5 to 1.
Yeah,
does not love Moon over in Miami though. I thought the Shamrock at 8 here had a good shot, but what do you think?
I went to the 2 cross border in this spot. Reason being the distance. This horse needs to go long. You know, this horse. I don't want this horse anything under 11 furlongs. And he's been right there. He's been right there. You get Louis towards the front, and so I think he's facing a lot easier competition than what he's been facing of late. You know, in the Pegasus World Cup Turf, in the Churchill Downs Turf Classic, and the Sword Dancer. I mean, he's been facing a lot of really good horses. And so last time out, he finished 2nd and got beat going 9 furlongs. Like I said, this horse needs to go 11 or 12. I think that's when he's at his best. And I think you're going to get a nice price of probably like 6 or 7 to 1. And so I'm with Cindy. I don't like the channels either. Yeah, I don't like them. I'm not using either Channel Cat or Channel Maker. So cross border is my top pick here.
You have, is that what she meant? But cross border is also an English channel.
Oh, I thought she just meant the ones that were named channel.
Well, I don't know.
No,
maybe she did. You got 3 of them coming from English channel.
Yeah. So we're gonna find out who's the best of the channels. But I didn't want Channel Cat here. I really didn't like his effort last time out to even be competitive in the Manhattan. He is a little bit better going a distance, but he just kind of popped up and won the Man of War. I think that last time was the time for Channel Cat, and I don't want to take a price of like 3-1 on this horse. And then Channel Maker always shows up, always going long. Had that great run in the Breeders' Cup. I don't like this long of a layoff for this type of horse, especially from Bill Mott's barn. If this horse had a prep race, I think he would be a must-use, maybe even a single. But I'm just not so sure how this 7-year-old's going to come back and run first time out since the Breeders' Cup. Now, he dueled. He almost held on for second. Tarnawa won that race. So, yeah, Chuck, I agree. Cross Borders last was just a tune-up for Saratoga. And so here's the thing you have to decide. Are you going to swallow a 2-1 or 9-5 price on Channel Maker, or are you going to try to look elsewhere? I mean, Red Knight's even got a shot. This horse has kind of been a little disappointing in his last couple of efforts, but, this horse was being favored not too long ago going these distances. And so this horse is in the right class level, I believe. I think Red Knight's got a shot, and you're going to get 12-1. This is kind of the other Bill Mott horse. Moon Over Miami, this is probably about where his odds should be, maybe a little short at 7-2. I would give Moon Over Miami a small look. From a class perspective, he really, I don't know that he's faced all that the others have at their levels at going this distance. Moon Over Miami is maybe a deep ticket use. And then Shamrocket, this one's tough for me because I bet this horse a lot, and I've lost a lot.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I feel like I was betting this horse when he was finishing second all the time. This is a tough one for me. It really is. And then I'll just touch on the 2 Chad Brown horses. I don't like either of them. So I'm pretty much going Cross Border, Red Knight, Moon Over Miami here.
The reason why I like Shamrocket was, 4-year-old raced 16 times, has hit the board 14 times. I mean, this is a horse for the money. Going 11 furlongs only one time back at Belmont in the Man of War and just missed. And then they said, okay, we need to keep running him long, runs 10 furlongs in allowance and wins, which was a nice allowance in a 66, and then came back and just missed at 12 furlongs in a 74, which fits here. And all these seconds and burning money is like, I'm like, okay. But the thing about this is he is not going to be a favorite, and I like that he's improved. So if you look here, a 68, a 64, and a 68. Only one of those was going long in the 64 and was on the one hole. So, I don't know. But, going long may have been fine. But it was at Gulfstream. And then comes and runs in New York and is just a different horse. All of a sudden is running in mid-70s. And I do think that so let's talk about pace here because they're going 11 furlongs. So you have Channel Maker that's likely to show some speed, right? I would guess. And then Channel Cat going to show speed? I don't know. Who knows? Maybe. But the 5, I think, is for sure showing speed. Rock Emperor, the Scotty Long shot, likely not to show speed. Moon Over Miami, no. And then Cross Border is going to be up close for Saez. So, Louis is going to be up there. And then you have Red Knight, who's not. So I do think there'll be some pace. Is it the 3 horse? Oh, Breakpoint. Yeah, this Chilean horse, which, will be interesting here. Yeah, I have no idea. You can't see anything of what's going on here, but this horse is been the favorite and just romped. But the thing about this, we have the SOR, right? This is only a 60 at Belmont, a 60 and couldn't win. So I think, I like seeing those horses when you can catch an angle. But I think Shamrocket, you get Irad for Fletcher. And has Irad been riding this horse?
Yes, he has.
So he has. Is a price play, which I don't play a lot of these, and is the second Scotty pick. Like, that even intrigued me more, and I kind of missed that as I was kind of like, I caught it earlier, but when I was going through talking about Shamrock, I like the Scotty second pick. I like the price play here, 10%. Like, I just think this horse is improving. I think maybe it was late in really improving. Something's changed though, and it's the distance. And this horse wants to go long. So I think Irad's going to work out a good trip, whether he's close or whether he's coming a little bit off the speed. But I think that he can improve.
Yeah, this is a toss-up race. I think it's pretty wide open. I think anything can happen. For a grade 2, I don't think that these are any of the horses that we're going to have to worry about later on in the year besides Channel Maker. And he could just come up and just be way better and wire the field. That's the thing that I'm afraid of, is if he's ready to go. Jim Bowers, does off Lasix bother you? Absolutely, it does. Because all these horses have been running with Lasix their entire careers till last year. And I believe Channel Maker has only ever run with Lasix. So now we're getting a freaking 8-month, 9-month layoff, and now no Lasix.
And's going to have to be on the front end. Going to have to be on the front end, and who knows what's going to happen. I think Saez will be close on cross border. Yeah, that's good, Jim. Like I'm with you, Brady. I'm with you though. I do not like that. First off the layoff with no Lasix, first time no. Is it truly first time ever? No, Channel Makers, the system doesn't even have it. The Lasix are off. Interesting, but maybe it is first time ever.
It's like me getting up and going to a meeting and not at least drinking a Mountain Dew before I go to get some caffeine. Because, if I have a meeting with a customer and I haven't had caffeine, I'm like, Brady's off the caffeine, so he's probably off of his game today. Probably not going to make the sale. But if I had caffeine, we're all over it. So, I mean, it's kind of the same way in horse racing,
Yeah.
We'll see. Yes, 7 does not need Lasix. Moon over Miami, that horse has been running without it the last 3 efforts and hit the board every single time. So I think once we get through this year, it's going to be a lot more normal because all horses will have run without Lasix at least once or twice. And so it's been a tough year trying to handicap this with or without Lasix.
I'm pumped for this race. I love turf racing. I think this can be a great race.
Oh, we both prefer it over the dirt racing. I mean, if we could have turf racing, just like Kentucky Downs,
Kentucky Downs.
We should, we should do a special show for that meet. When they go there,
It's like what, a week? It's like a week. It's like 5 days or something. All turf racing for 5 days.
Huge purses. My Kentucky Downs story last year was they had a photo finish. It wasn't even close. Okay, horse won by like a head or at least like maybe a quarter of a length. They set Irad up on the unofficial. He went to the winner's circle, got his picture taken. Then like 5 minutes later, they said, we have a correction. We have the wrong horse. So then they had to have the horse come back and take the photo after Irad had already been in there. And Irad knew he lost. He still went up there anyway.
Yeah.
Geez.
It's crazy. I'm sorry, I was texting my buddy. He's telling me I need to enter a sports bet ASAP because the Max Scherzer trade to the Dodgers. And I'm like, what's happening here?
Nice.
So what do we have? Anything else? No.
I just looked for Sunday, and I don't think the races are up yet. Unfortunately,
they're not.
But there's a huge race, the Amsterdam at Saratoga. You got Jackie's Warrior going against Drain the Clock. Man, that's going to be
Sunday?
On Sunday at the Spa. Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's a bummer. It's Thursday. It's Thursday, and there's nothing on here. We want to look.
Let's hop to Del Mar on Saturday for race 10 at Del Mar then.
Okay.
Because that's a race this could get interesting.
Well, CZ's racing, huh?
Mm-hmm. So you got the Vanderbilt on one side of the country. Then we come back and we got the Bing Crosby Stakes. I don't know if this is just an absolute laydown for CZ, or if we should maybe see who else is up and coming.
Hey, Lexi, are you going to Watershed? You'll have to ping back on here. And welcome. I'm glad you joined us. I didn't look at this. So what do you want to? So CZ is only 22%. Morning line is right on the dot at 5-2. The 8 Dr. Shivel we're saying is 5-2. And the 4 Scotty Longshots. You know, the thing that I would say about Del Mar is I have not used my morning line angle like I have at other tracks. It does not play the same. I've noticed that. But CZ here, I mean, is coming off of that Lone Star, right? Steve Sexton to 74. One back-to-back 78s, 1 to 78 back here. For sure, like 6 furlongs, right? I mean, that's this horse's preferred distance.
Yeah. I looked at the 2 here until I saw Joe Bravo was riding on the dirt. Excellent turf rider. He got a couple wins today. I mean, he's up there riding with Rispoli and Pratt as far as quality goes on the turf right now. And so if this 2-horse had Pratt on him, I'd be betting the 2 vertical threat at like 8 to 10 to 1. I think this horse is an absolute monster. He's so lightly raced. They raced him in the Pat Day Mile last year, and he's not a miler. This horse is just a straight out sprinter. He just wants to go. And so, I mean, if you throw out the Pat Day Mile, which wasn't even that bad. I mean, he faded on the lead going 2 furlongs too far. Horse wants to go 6. All of his other races on dirt going 6 furlongs, 6-length win, 5-length win, 7.5-length win in a non-graded stakes. Now we're going to a grade 1. What in the world? This horse is coming off of a 8 to 9 month layoff, going into a grade 1 sprint. I mean, this is such a freaking awesome play by Richard Baltus. I mean, this horse could be absolutely ready to fire. But I bet Joe Bravo today on a dirt horse, that 1 horse in the second to last race, and just no chance on the dirt, man. No, unless Bravo's over 10 to 1, I can't bet him on the dirt. But I did. I broke. Do you ever have handicapping cardinal sins or rules that you just can't break? I mean,
yeah.
And I broke it today. Sure. I was like, oh, Bravo, this horse is still, the horse can overcome the rider, is what I was thinking today. But no, give me Joe Bravo on the turf all day long. But on the dirt, it's just a different animal. Kind of like Jose Lacanzo up in New York. On the turf, always. Yeah. But on the dirt, hardly ever.
You know what mine is? Just never bet Florent Giroux anymore. Like, why do I even place money on that? Where is that guy? He's MIA. Is he riding anywhere? Is he riding at Arlington? He must be riding at Arlington or something. I don't know. It's good. I don't want him getting close to Del Mar or Saratoga. He needs to stay as far away as possible.
I mean, I don't know. I thought I saw him driving a buggy today. Actually, hey Justin, go click on Jockey Trainer tab and see who he's riding. He's riding CZ Rocket.
Oh, he's riding at Del Mar. He's riding CZ. I forget about that. That's his horse, isn't it? Oh, he decided to show up for Del Mar. Oh, I'm loving this. CZ Rocket is not even in Scotty Picks. Thanks, Karina. Yeah. Oh, Giroux. Michael. He's been writing at Ellis. That makes sense.
You changed the algorithm, didn't you?
I guess.
You did.
Yeah.
You did, because
Pratt,
you're like, I'm not letting this guy get on this horse and put him in the top Scotty Picks.
He's my boy Pratt. You know, I have like a man crush on Flavian. I'm gonna have to meet Flavian when we're at Del Mar. He's gonna be like, "Who is this guy? I want to meet him." I'm gonna have to. We're gonna you and Irad. Irad knows who you are. Flavor Flav's gonna find out who I am.
Heck yeah, dude! No, that's gonna be awesome, especially come Breeders' Cup time. But what are you gonna say to Flavian? Are you gonna like say, "Hey man, nice Derby win"? Because it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Didn't really cross the finish line first, but it's a Derby. Hey, dude, congrats on the Derby. I mean,
no, I'm gonna say nice Preakness win. I was there. We were right in the first turn there. I brought you good luck. That's what I'm gonna say.
Mm-hmm. No, Irad, he knows me, and him and I have had brief conversations, and he hears the same thing from me every single time I see him. Yeah, and I go nuts when I see him. He's my favorite rider, but I just don't like it when him and his brother are playing games. That's the only thing I don't like, and I don't think you get as many games out at Del Mar. I really think that Del Mar's been the best betting product so far of the summer meets. over Saratoga, because I just feel like you're not getting those funny games out there at Del Mar right now. You're getting just pure
Yeah.
racing. And I really appreciate that. And the handicapper and the bettor is really getting great value at Del Mar right now. And so I do like that about out west. But yeah, Flo did right at Arlington when he started his career in the U.S. And now he's a fairgrounds guy. He's a Churchill Downs guy, and he'll move all over the place. But Flo gets
Ellis,
some of the
he's
better
been
mount.
Ellis
Park.
He's been riding at Ellis. Yep.
He gets some of the better mounts. I mean, and I think I said on a show or on a tweet or something like, I would like to know what Florent Giroux's win percentage is on a odds-on favorite, because I bet it's just not as good as what you would think, because he's always on these 3 to 5, 4 to 5 shots, and it seems like whenever I play him, they don't come in. And some of the rides that you get, it's just, I think the system is adapting and learning to handicap how Flo's going to ride. I think that's what we're getting to.
Yeah, Chris, I don't have a shirt on because it's like 95 degrees in my house. I mean, it's like roasting. I'm surprised my laptop hasn't like caught on fire. It's so warm. So yeah, speak of Flo, and I had no idea, zero idea. I had no idea Flo was here. It just somehow that popped in when you were talking about Jersey Joe and how about Jersey Joe riding out at the Surf Meets the Turf at Del Mar? He went from, Monmouth right on the Jersey Shore, went to the California where the surf meets the turf.
Yeah. No, and Jersey Joe knocked me and Greg out of a monster pick 6 over Pegasus weekend on Sunday. And he came and won it like 19, 18 to 1, and we didn't have him. It was on the dirt, of course. So.
That's a good one. I like it.
Oh man, that's a shot.
Nathan said we need to figure out a Breeders' Cup bet. I get Pratt and you get Irad. That's a good idea.
Okay, I'll take that.
We'll figure out.
Yeah, I'll definitely take that. I don't know what the bet should be yet, but we've got some time. About who's got the most winners. You got to think that Pratt. Let's just do a little Breeders' Cup thought so far. Pratt's going to be on domestic spending, who I think, unless a monster Euro comes over, I think domestic spending is going to be the horse to beat. Irad's going to have some Chad mounts. He's going to have some Pletcher mounts probably. But what standout horse does Irad have that he's on right now that's winning? Because I think of all the Triple Crown races, Irad was never a factor in any of them.
Mm-hmm.
He lost his mount on domestic spending, who's going to win the Arlington Million here in 2 weeks. And so I'm just wondering the quality of horse that Irad's going to have out at the Breeders' Cup. Now, obviously, he's going to get some good mounts, but I'm just thinking of the ones that he's on right now that have a shot. Maybe one of the sappy horses in the sprint, like Mischievous Alex, or, Drain the Clock or something like that. I don't know, but I don't know. You might be onto something with Pratt. Pratt could win 4 or 5 races over the Breeders' Cup weekend.
He is so good. Like, he's, I think California jocks are not bad. JJ is good. So Juan Hernandez goes by JJ. Mm-hmm. I love seeing him leave Golden Gate and take this next step up at Santa Anita and Del Mar and really get a chance to prove himself. Tyler Bays is a good jock. I mean, he really is, from the perspective of just gives good rides. I mean, Rispoli is all over the place, right? Like, and Trevor McCarthy comes out here from East Coast and moves and sets up. I mean, I think, he never could fit in the New York colony. So, and then he went up to Maryland and did that and decided to come west. But, it's crazy. Oh, wit material for Fletcher. You're right, Nathan.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
But Pratt is just dominating, not even just California racing, but when he leaves, he dominates, right? So I think I hope he wins. They give that award to the top jock, not the most wins or anything, but every year they give that. I think he has a legit shot this year.
You like how they give out the Horse Player of the Year award, whoever wins the NHC. It's like one tournament. So you could win the Pegasus, the Breeders' Cup Belling Challenge, and the Belmont Challenge and not get Horse Player of the Year.
I know, right?
Yeah. See, that's coming up here too in one more month, NHC. So me and Scotty are trying to figure out how to play the win place game, because that's a different animal. I think our strengths are the live money contests, but I've been playing in a few here and there win place ones, just trying to get ready. And you got to find, I'm more of a chalk eating weasel sometimes. I mean, I'll admit it. You know, I like to pound some favorites sometimes if I think that they're an absolute standout in value. And I seldom am betting horses over about 6-1. And so that's my kind of bread and butter, is I think about 2-1 to 6-1 is where, like Brando the bartender last week, huge win bet on him. I tried to huge exact and try, and he was 9-2. That's the type of horse that I can pick confidently. But once I get up to that like 8, 10, 12-1 level, I'm seeing how low the percentages are of those horses winning. And so I do miss them when they win. So it's a different strategy, because to win the NHC, you have to pick those horses that are 8, 10, 12-1 that have a chance to make any kind of headway in that tournament.
Although, you know, it's interesting, and maybe we'll wrap up here in a minute. And I appreciate everybody tuning in. It's been a good show, man. I like we did it a little bit different, and trying to. I like interacting with you guys as viewers too. I was thinking maybe we'll try to maybe we'll do a show where we kind of have viewers ask for some races, even if, you know, we can handicap on the fly or something. But I'm with you just in general, just as we cover shows and everything. It's just as we kind of go forward and move through races and handicap, it was nice to do stakes races. I know we text real quick and just, okay, let's just do the stakes races. It was nice to focus, get to sit here and BS, interact with viewers. It was fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, the shows can morph over time, and, you know, depending on the different meets and what's going on in the horse racing world. But yeah, we should have a pretty good weekend, and then I'll see you next weekend in Del Mar. I'll be doing the show from somewhere in San Diego on Thursday, and then I'll meet up with you on Friday, and we'll have a good weekend. And, you know, viewers, if you're going to be at Arlington on Sunday, let me know. And if you're going to be at Del Mar all next week, let me know. Or Justin.
Yeah, we'd love to see anybody who comes into town. And Karina, I think you're right on Jessica Pfeiffer. She's riding really well. She's really good on the front end too. Yeah, Nathan, I'm not. You're playing. Are you gonna play in the tournament? Are you playing in it, Brady?
I'm not, and the only reason is because I'm in another golf invitational, and so when you're playing a tournament, you've got to commit 100% of your attention to it. And so I've tried playing tournaments before where I've had other things going on. Unless I'm at the track or I'm going to be at my house all day, I don't play in the tournament. Even though this is a really good one. And I think that there are definitely some opportunities at Del Mar this weekend, but I might play the Whitney contest while we're out at Del Mar. That's one that I might play in. We're going to be out there.
Oh, so are they doing a contest at Saratoga?
Yes, at Saratoga, or I think on the Naira Bets app. You can participate there as well.
Oh, nice. Cool.
So yeah, then we're going to beat $1 million, then NHC, and then all of a sudden we've got 2 months till Breeders' Cup, and it's going to be awesome, dude. So, all right, everybody, have a good week.
You too. Good luck, everybody. Have fun. I hope you guys get some winners. I'll be on Twitter probably. I might play Del Mar. That's about all I'm going to play. I'm not going to play Saratoga probably. So good luck, brother. If you play anything, good luck in golf, and we'll see everybody soon.